a great hero in American history, known as the First Lady of Civil Rights, or the Mother of the Freedom Movement. She was very bold and a very brave civil rights activist that made a huge impact on history. She is better known as the woman who did not give up her seat, Rosa Parks. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks was born in Tuckasegee, Alabama on February 4th of 1913. She moved with her parents, James and Leona Macaulay, to Pine Level, Alabama at the age of 2. Rosa's mother pursued her job in teaching, and her father was a carpenter. 2 years after her brother Sylvester was born in 1915. Sadly, shortly after her brother was born, her parents separated. Due to the separation of her parents, Rosa moved to Montgomery, Alabama at the age of 11. While in Montgomery, she lived on her grandparents' farm. Rosa had to walk to school from her grandparents every day because only white kids could ride the bus. During this time, African Americans faced great discrimination due to the laws that kept whites and blacks segregated. The school she was attending was a laboratory school in Alabama. While in high school, her mother became very ill and was dying. This forced Rosa to leave in the 11th grade in order to take care of her grandmother. While in town, Rosa Parks met a man by the name of Raymond. He was a barber and a political activist. The two quickly fell in love. In 1932, at the age of 19, Rosa and Raymond got married. Rosa had still not finished high school yet due to her having to help her grandmother, but Raymond supported her in her efforts and encouraged her to go back to high school. Due to his support, she ultimately did go back the following year and received her diploma. During this time, very few African Americans graduated high school, making Rosa part of a very unique group. After graduating, Rosa Parks took up many jobs in order to sustain a married life. Rosa worked many jobs in many different fields. She worked in a hospital mopping floor, worked at a laundromat doing laundry, and worked in domestic service, and even at a shop that repaired clothes. Because of her husband Raymond, she got involved in the important work at the NAACP, which is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Later in her time there, she got promoted to secretary at the office in Montgomery. There, Rosa Parks had a lot of work and was very busy working on the investigation of racial injustice cases. Rosa Parks' early life was very eventful and greatly affected the woman she became in the future. Throughout her life, Rosa Parks worked very hard at accomplishing her goals and efforts. Rosa Parks always wanted to make a difference and take a stand on what she believed in. Her main efforts in life were to put towards the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement was an organization effort by African Americans to end racial discrimination and gain equal rights under the law. She felt very strongly about how African Americans were mistreated and discriminated against. Rosa Parks is known for not giving up her seat on a bus. This is known by many people because it is a crucial moment in the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks was asked to give up her seat to a white passenger but refused. This defiance sparked a movement in African Americans called the Montgomery Bus Boycott. Montgomery Bus Boycott was a political and social protest campaign against the policy of racial segregation on the public transit system of Montgomery, Alabama. Rosa Parks played a key role in the boycotts and strengthened them greatly. Another major accomplishment of Rosa Parks was that she helped in the organization of the defense of the Scottsboro Boys. The Scottsboro Boys case was a case where 9 African American teenagers were falsely accused of raping 2 white American women on a train in 1931. Her husband Raymond, along with other black activists, organized secret meetings to raise money for the defense of these boys. The boys' cases ended in all of the boys but 2 sentenced to prison. This case is now considered a gross miscarriage of justice. This was the first case of injustice Rosa Parks had worked at in her life. Another accomplishment by Rosa Parks was the role played by mobilizing people to support Raquel Taylor. In September of 1944, an African American woman named Raquel Taylor was kidnapped while leaving church and brutally gang raped by 6 white men. Rosa Parks got on the case and started investigating on the incident. Rosa Parks took it upon herself to spread the story and make people aware. She soon created the CEJRT, which stands for the Committee of Equal Justice for Mrs. Raquel Taylor. The campaign was called the strongest campaign for equal justice to be seen in the decade. This organized campaign was the main cause of the organizational spark of the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks accomplished many things, and her accomplishments made a tremendous impact on American history. Rosa Parks is a very well-known and strong leader in American history. Rosa Parks was a civil rights leader, and she led millions in a boycott against the Montgomery bus campaign. Her leadership style was democratic, which meant she shared her power in a variety of different ways. She was considered the mother of civil rights.